I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. Quick warning, this dungeon does give minor spoilers for the 6.5 story. Nah, not that big. That's better. If you're not up to this point, I'd recommend coming back to view this when you're up to this dungeon. If you don't mind being spoiled though, we'll begin. We're going to descend into the depths of the moon to find the lair of Golbez. Just tap the crystal and say, I solemnly swear that I will kill every god. Although we do have to wait for the post-Moogle to deliver the light from the first for us so we can see through the darkness. It should only take 6 to 8 business weeks. What's a tariff? I have to pay how much to get it here? Screw that, I'll just call Reen. Time to learn about the Lunar Subterrane. Simplified. If you're using the duty support system, I'd recommend single pulling this dungeon. Head forward down the short ramp and pull the first pack. Turn slightly left and head down the second ramp to the next pack. Group everything up, avoid all of the AoEs as best you can, and kill everything. When everything has been defeated, the square at the end of the path will spring to life with a few circles of glyphs. When you walk into these circles, you'll be transported to the next area. You can pull the next pack before continuing to the next pack of monsters at the bottom of the next ramp. There will be a cast from the larger enemies of a small codal AoE called a Noxic Breath. This will be a decent knockback if you get hit by it, but knockback immunity does work if you can't avoid it in time. Kill everything. After everything has been defeated, you can head over to the circles which will take you to the next section and its first boss time. The Dark Elf will move into the middle of the room and cast Hexing Staves. 2 staves will appear hovering over 2 of the tiles in the arena. These staves will get a plus pattern of AoEs from their position when the boss casts Ruinous Confluence. You will need to move to one of the safe tiles that won't be covered by an AoE to dodge the attack. Getting hit by this AoE will give you a Vuln stack, a stack of Dark Whispers, and an Discernible Doom debuff. The number of stacks of Dark Whispers that you have when you get hit will determine how much time the Doom debuff will be counting down from. The first time you get hit, it will be 15 seconds. The second time you get hit, it will be 7 seconds, and every time you get hit after that one, it will be 3 seconds. If the Doom debuff is not dispelled by the time it expires, you'll be needing a shovel and directions to a tombstone manufacturer. Shadowy Sigil will place purple triangles and blue squares in all of the tiles in a pattern around the arena. Around the Dark Elf will be radiating symbols of either the triangle or the square. The tiles that have the same shape in them as the one that is being shown around the boss will explode, so you'll need to get to a tile that has the opposite shape on it to dodge the AoEs. Getting hit by any of these exploding AoEs will give you a Vuln stack. There will be another cast of Hexing Staves which will have 2 staves hovering over the tiles again. This time, however, you'll need to remember where the staves are, as the boss will cast the move Sorcerer's Shroud while targeting the staves. This will cause the staves to disappear momentarily. The cast of Void Dark 2 will give everyone a point-blank AoE. Spread out and avoid overlapping these. As these are about to go off, the Dark Elf will cast Ruinous Confluence and cause their staves to reappear and fire their AoEs. So you'll need to remember where the staves were before they disappeared to get to a safe zone and avoid the Doom debuff. The next cast of Hexing Staves will now have 3 staves instead of 2. The Dark Elf will again cast Sorcerer's Shroud and cause these staves to disappear. This will mean that every time Hexing Staves is cast from here, there will be only 1 safe tile in the entire arena. The next cast of Void Dark 2 will also come with a cast of Shadowy Sigil, so everyone will need to spread out around the arena to avoid overlapping their AoEs while also staying in the tiles that won't be exploding. Staff Smite is a tank buster, and Abyssal Outburst is a room-wide AoE. From here, mechanics will repeat until the Dark Elf has been defeated. Exit out of the arena and take the next circles to be taken to the next area. As you walk forward, the area will be lit up with a Memoria Crystal. The crystal will pulse and transport you to a new area. Head down the path and turn right at the bottom of the ramp. Grab the goblins and the Morbol and turn left. Head down the next ramp to pull the Memoriat and the 3 birds. Watch out for the Morbol's conal AoE of Bad Breath. If you get hit by this, you best make sure that you have decent health insurance. When everything has been defeated, the wooden barrier on the left will crumble. Follow the path down the ramp and the sets of stairs and turn left when you reach the bottom. Pull the 3 creatures and turn right to continue down the ramp. At the bottom of the ramp is a behemoth and 3 goblins. Group everything up, avoid all the AoEs as best you can, and kill everything. When everything has been defeated, the doors will open up and it's second boss time. Sand Blast is a room-wide AoE. The first time this is cast, there will be a lingering muddy AoE on the north and south end of the arena. Touching either of these walls will give you a 15-second sludge dot tick. The Ant Lion will cast Landslip. This will put conveyor belt-like arrows on the floor, dividing the arena into quarters. You just need to position yourself so you will be standing on a conveyor path that is moving away from the wall that is closest to you. You'll only move about half the distance across the arena, so as long as you're near to the wall, you should be okay. The Ant Lion will move to the north end of the arena and cast Ant Lion March. This will place down several red straight line AoEs that will bounce from pillars and walls around the arena. These will be placed down once and then disappear. You'll need to position yourself so you won't be hit by a straight line AoE. You can find a spot that's in between everything, or you can stay on the side and move into where it travels past to avoid the next sets of AoEs. Getting hit by a straight line AoE will give you a Vuln stack. The Ant Lion will hit 2 pillars on the outside, one on the east side and one on the west side. You'll know which pillars that it will hit by the red exclamation marks that will appear when the mechanic starts. Then it will cast another Landslip. The pillars that were hit will topple over in a straight line AoE in front of them, so you'll need to position yourself for Landslip so you're pushed back and avoid the toppling pillars. Remember that you'll you'll move approximately half the distance across the arena, which is about 2 pillars of distance. If you get hit by a falling pillar, it will give you a Vuln stack. The Antlion will then move into the middle of the room and put a stack marker on the healer with the cast of Earthen Geyser. Everyone will need to group up to share the damage. When this goes off, the AoE will linger as quicksand. When you're standing in this, you'll get the debuff of 6 forms under. This debuff will start counting down from 10. If you're still in this quicksand when the debuff expires, you'll be instantly converted into dust. So get out of the lingering AoE as fast as you can. As you make your way out of this, there will be another large AoE put down at the healer's feet with the cast of Pound Sand. Everyone will need to get out of this AoE to avoid it. Getting hit by this will give you a Vuln stack. What I like to do as the healer for this is stack up towards the middle of the arena to drop the quicksand AoE, then run the opposite way to everyone else to escape the quicksand. This way, the AoE will be placed in a spot where I am the only person who needs to avoid it, and everyone else can stay safe and continue smacking the insect. It is also worth noting that if you're using the duty support system, even if you're the healer, you won't get the stack marker or the point blank AoE for this mechanic. It will always go to one of your companions instead. From here, mechanics will repeat until the Antlion has been defeated. Exit out of the arena and start heading over the bridge. Pull the 4 enemies and then continue to the Hellhound. You can continue pulling past the Hellhound to the pair of Jesters and the Memoriat. Group everything up, avoid all of the AoEs as best you can, and kill everything. When everything has been defeated, the doors will open. Take the path on the left of the fountain. Pull the Gargoyle, the Progenitrix, and the 2 bombs. Head through the opening on the right and go up the stairs. As you walk across the courtyard, the Memoriat will target 4 NPCs and turn them into Vampiruses and Blackguards. After they become targetable, you can group everything up and avoid all of the AoEs as best you can while nuking it all down. When everything has been defeated, the doors will open at the top of the stairs and it's final boss time. Old Magic is a room-wide AoE. The first time this is cast, it will create a purple aura around the outside of the arena. Touching this wall will give you a 15-second bleeding dot tick. Durante will move into the middle of the room and cast Duplicitous Battery. This will be 2 sets of AoEs in a spiral starting from Durante's position. You'll need to stand inside the set of AoEs that will spawn in second and wait for the first set to go off. As soon as these go off and move past you, you'll need to dodge into the middle of where these AoEs just went off to avoid the second set. You'll get a Vuln stack per AoE you are hit by. The cast of Forsaken Fount will place 4 etheric purple orbs in a straight line in the arena. These will be untargetable, but they will all start casting Explosion. When this explosion cast ends, they will explode. Wow, what were the odds? In a large AoE. You'll just need to get away from them to dodge them. Getting hit by any of these AoEs will give you a Vuln stack. Duplicitous Battery will repeat, but after the second set of AoEs go off, everyone will get a point blank AoE, so you'll need to spread out and avoid overlapping these. Durante will move to the northern end of the arena and cast another Forsaken Fount. This one will put 3 etheric orbs in a line through the arena. However, after these appear, he will cast Contrapasso. This will split the orbs in half and they will get arrows on either side of them to show where they will drift out to the sides of the arena. After they have moved out to the side, they will explode, so you'll need to stay in the middle of the arena to dodge these AoEs. Durante will then repeat Forsaken Fount, but this time there will be 5 orbs in the arena. He will then cast Contrapasso and split the orbs. As they drift out, they will cover a large portion of the arena, leaving only 1 safe spot for you to stand in. Don't worry, there's a trick to this. There are only 2 patterns for this mechanic. One looks like a question mark, and the other one looks like a bow tie, an hourglass, or the number 8. If it looks like a question mark, the safe spot will be on the dot of the question mark. Just stand in the middle of this orb and you'll be safe. And if it looks like a bow tie, the safe spot will be in the middle of the arena. All of the orbs will split and you should be safe if you stand in these spots. If you get lost or you can't see the mechanic properly, don't hesitate to follow the rest of the group or the duty support crew. After another room-wide AoE, Durante will move into the middle of the room and cast Antipodal Assault. This will be a stack marker on a random player. Group up to share the damage. Durante will then dash through the group and stop at the wall. He will turn around and cast Hard Slash, which is a conal AoE that will cover most of the arena. You'll just need to move to the same side as the boss but not be directly in front of him to dodge the attack. If you fail to get into the safe zone in time, you'll get a Vuln stack. Durante will then move into the middle of the arena and create claws that will rise out of the ground and cast Twilight Phase. This will be a straight line AoE that will cover all of the claws across the arena, so you'll just need to move to the sides of the arena away from the same direction of the claws to dodge the attack. Getting hit by this will give you a Vuln stack. After these go off, Durante will target one of the 2 safe areas and cast Dark Impact. This will be a very large AoE on this spot and is probably larger than you're anticipating. You'll need to get to the other side of the arena to dodge the AoE. Getting hit by this will give you a Vuln stack. Durante will then move back into the middle of the room and cast Death's Journey. This will be a point blank AoE around the boss with 8 purple lines that will be extending from the middle of the arena on each of the compass points. These purple lines will also get a narrow conal AoE going through their position, so you'll need to get out of the point blank AoE and in between the 2 purple lines on the ground to dodge the attack. Getting hit by any of these AoEs will give you a Vuln stack. Mechanics will repeat until Durante has been defeated. Congratulations, you have completed the Lunar Subterrane. My name is Ascrub. Thank you for watching.